Good morning, 10th. This is medulla oblongata, page number 128, which I have to start now. This is the lowest portion of brain located at the base of the skull, and it is roughly triangular and is continued behind as a spinal cord. Means a spinal cord, is running through the vertebral column, which will release the spinal nerves. So, function of medulla oblongata is to control the activities of internal organs, for example, peristaltic movement of alimentary canal, movement of breathing, beating of heart, and many other involuntary actions. And injury to medulla generally results in death. This is the reason why when a person is they are hanged till death, uh, when their convicts are given the death sentences. So injury results to medulla while hanging. Okay. Then three primary regions of the brain are there. All the parts taken together, we have three primary regions: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain, and various parts under each region and principal functions they have given in this portion. So this you should learn. This is a shortcut to learn about brain, the main things. Cerebrum, that is a part of forebrain. This is called cerebral hemisphere. It is seat of intelligence, memory, consciousness, willpower, voluntary actions. Means whatever you are planning, that would be done through this. Then consciousness also, memory also. Then diencephalon. This is second part of forebrain, and it has two subparts, thalamus and hypothalamus. Hypothalamus you have heard many a times. Thalamus is for relaying pains and pressure impulses to cerebrum. Means it is relaying the information to cerebrum area, and hypothalamus controls body temperature and pituitary, that is an endocrine gland, the master gland. So hypothalamus is controlling these two things. Then midbrain is a small tubular part, and it is concerned with reflexes involving eyes and ear. Reflex actions, that some little information you must have got through during live class. Again I'll explain while explaining the chapter. So reflexes which are concerned with eyes and ear are controlled by midbrain. Then hindbrain, this is a main important part is cerebellum, then is pons, and third part is medulla oblongata. So cerebellum is basically for coordinating muscular activities, balance of the body. And pons, it is located in the center of the brain below cerebellum, and it carries impulses from one hemisphere of cerebellum to the other hemisphere and coordinates muscular movements on both the sides of the body. So that is the main function of pons. Then medulla oblongata controls activities of internal organs, heartbeat, breathing, etc. that I have taught you here also. Okay, medulla generally results in death. That is concerned with the death sentence by hanging till death. So injury takes place to medulla during that time. Neural spines punctures medulla, vertebral columns. Then spinal cord. It extends from medulla of the brain down almost the whole length of backbone to end at second lumbar vertebrae. Lumbar vertebrae are there in lumbar region, lower back, and lies within the neural canal of vertebrae. Each vertebrae is having neural canal. You must remember in a skeletal system in previous class we have done. So lumbar vertebrae, second lumbar vertebrae, till that area we have a spinal cord which is beginning from medulla down almost whole length of backbone. And figure is showing the internal structure of a spinal cord in a cross section. This is very important. The arrangement of white and gray matter is reversed from that in the brain that I have told you. Gray matter, containing the cell bodies of motor and association neuron, lies on inner side, and the white matter on outer side. White matter contains axons running longitudinally. ये बहुत important है, बहुत ज़्यादा. That they are asking you to differentiate between brain and spinal cord about the distribution of gray and white matter. Okay, so gray matter that lies on inner side and white matter on outer side here in spinal cord, while in brain gray matter is on the outer side and white matter is inner side. And gray matter contains cell bodies. You remember structure of a neuron, okay, that contains cell body, and then axons. So white matter contains axons and gray matter contains cell bodies. So white matter longitudinally and from the brain and even crossing from one side to another, and there is a small central canal in the center which runs the entire length and is continuous. This diagram which they are referring to 10.9, this you should draw once in your fair notebook, okay, that I'll explain you when we reach that area. This is a central canal which runs entire length, and why it is its role, it is continuous with the cavities of brain. What do we call them? Cavities of brain are called as ventricles, okay. Brain is having cavities. So central canal is filled with cerebrospinal fluid, as well as ventricles are filled with cerebrospinal fluid, as well as around the meninges you have cerebrospinal fluid. So cerebrospinal fluid acts as shockproof cushion and forms a medium for exchange of food materials, waste products and respiratory gases with neuron. So it is supplying food material as well as collecting the waste product and respiratory gases also. Externally, spinal cord is also covered by the same three membranes, dura mater, arachnoid and pia mater, in continuation with those of the brain. You remember what was the common name given to these three? That was meninges, okay. Then functions of a spinal cord. It is concerned with the following three functions. 1. Reflexes below the neck, conducts sensory impulses from skin and muscles to the brain, and conducts motor response from the brain to muscle of trunk and limbs. So 3 functions, very important, you should learn for a small short question. What are the functions of a spinal cord? Meninges name, dura mater, pia mater and arachnoid in the between. Then we have to do peripheral nervous system, that will explain you in next video. Thank you.